uh, Aaron Greenberg from Xbox, Phil Spencer, Michael Pachter. Yeah, a bunch of other people there.
Either check the audio.
Oh, look at that logo, Boomstick Gaming. Oh snap!
Cool.
So we just started Twitch last year. It's been what, a year, right, Pete? It's been a year.
June was 1 year. So
yeah, 1 year.
14 months.
Yeah. But the podcast is what we've been doing everything, man. You know. So. Yeah. What's up, Bartik? How we sound, man? We sound good before we start.
Like there's been people like popping in and out of the chat for like an hour.
Really?
Yeah, like
really?
ArcLord _ Titch has been there like this entire since like 8:45, 8:30 or something like that.
Wow,
so.
man, dedicated.
Yeah, because I've just been doing test chats and stuff like that, seeing how it comes out, and then he's just like responding 1, 2, 3.
All right, so let's do this because Alex doesn't have that much time. So here goes.
All right.
All right, welcome to Gamertag Radio, episode 784. This is your host Danny, and joining me this week, no Paris. Pete, what's up, man?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Good, man. Just a lot of Smash Brothers news today. I'm excited about that. Of course, Switch stuff.
I know.
Very excited about that. I've been playing a lot of Dead Cells.
Interesting.
Nonstop.
Good.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. But we have a special guest. Here, and we have Alex from Boomstick Gaming. Alex, what's up, man? He's also a fan of Dead Cells. What's up?
I am. Simon Belmont in Smash, guys. Come on.
Oh, there you go. That's big news today with that, right? Crazy.
That's what I'm excited about.
Wow.
So I don't get, and maybe that's because I'm the old 44-year-old dude here, right? I'm gonna take the place of Paris since he's not here on the show, and be the cantankerous old one right now. I don't get the hype about Super Smash Brothers, and I don't understand the over the top overhype that like we see fans of the game. I'm not saying that it's wrong to be a fan about stuff. I'm okay with that. It's the hooting and hollering and the freaking out because of a character in Super Smash Bros. Explain to me why the hype.
It's like, remember we were sitting down and watching the Division presentation, Pete, and
okay.
They were just dropping bombs left and right, and we just looked at each other like that reaction, like what?
Yeah, but but we weren't jumping up and down and freaking out.
Pete, man, everybody.
I
was excited today. I was just jumping around, and it wasn't because of the character announcements. It was more about the amount of content that's in that game that I've never seen that from Nintendo ever. Mm-hmm. I think this is the biggest content-wise biggest game from Nintendo. Period. So much stuff, man. We're going to talk about that later on. Boomstick. Alex, right? Yeah. You agree with me about that, man? It was more about the content, right?
That's got a crazy amount of content in it. When I saw the part where you could like meld two stages together and battle on them like at the same time, I'm like, they're just going insane. They don't have to do all this. They're going the extra mile on this Smash. It's pretty awesome.
And there's supposed to be more announcements coming up. That's crazy, man. Oof, yeah. Crazy.
Hopefully they have like an adventure mode or something.
Yes, single player, man, definitely done with that. But Alex, man, let's talk, man, because the way how I heard about you, man, I usually subscribe to a lot of like YouTube channels, big and small. I just love the content with people, post about different games, and the way I heard about you was because of the situation that happened with one of the writers that used to work at IGN. We'll talk about that in a few, but that how I found out about you. So I'm going to support you and subscribe to your channel, of course, because I checked out your other videos.
Awesome, thank you.
Cool. Yeah, but tell us a little bit about yourself and everything that happened this week. Man, it's been like a crazy week for you, man, right?
Yeah, it's been a weird 48 hours. So I guess a little bit about myself in YouTube. I started in 2006, just doing it as a hobby. I've actually considered this a hobby up until like this point in time. I actually think YouTube kind of is a 2 out of 10 career and like a 10 out of 10 hobby. It's good for people that just want to video edit and put content out there. Some of the issues arise with, I think, a lot of the advertising on there and everything. Don't want to go down that road. What was I talking about? Myself?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, like a drink here.
Yeah, it's all good. Take your time, man.
A little strung out, guys. Sorry. So I didn't really start taking YouTube all that seriously until about 5 years ago, where I rebranded the channel to Boomstick Gaming. That's really I really tried to double down on the quality of my content, do game reviews, try not to do over the top, fanatical kind of content, more down to earth approach, and that's led us to this situation now. I've seen a lot of views this year on my Monster Hunter videos, which has been awesome, and yeah.
All right, cool. And what happened this week, man, with with one of your reviews? Let's go with that.
It's a weird thing. Like the internet knows way more about this than me. I haven't like followed a lot about the gentleman Philip or a lot of his. I've been mostly answering questions and kind of working on. I've been working on a review for We Happy Few that I promised everybody that would get done tonight. So I'm gonna have to bounce here in a little bit. But yeah, it was surprising when I was perusing IGN because man, I always like visit IGN for decades now.
Mhm.
Let me think about my wording for a second.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
take your time.
It's a good place for seeing the news on new games, and their reviews have slightly waned in the past 5 or so years for me personally, and that's kind of when I started doing my own reviews. But I remember
Mhm.
back in the day, like the prestige of IGN giving like The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time a 10 out of 10 back when like a 10 out of 10 meant something, and like school arguments about which is better between Final Fantasy 7 or Ocarina of Time, where it's like, oh, IGN gave it a 10 out of 10. So yeah,
Hmm.
that's my thoughts on IGN. I mean, I still frequent the site.
Yeah, and you know what? I know Tina and the team over there at IGN. Shout out to them because I know they've been trying to handle the situation, and I think they handled it pretty perfectly, man. Like with the whole situation, what happened with one of your reviews of Dead Cells, that I believe Philip, that's his name, Philip. I forgot his last name, but he basically copy and paste your review, man, from your YouTube video, and he did like his own version, just changing like the wording here and there. But checking out the comparison of the video that you posted, it seems like it was like from the beginning to the end almost similar to yours, man. And how in the world you found out about that? Because that is kind of hard to actually, especially an editor, to find that online when somebody copy like their content to like another video and stuff. So how that came up, man?
Okay, well, I think it was early that morning, and I saw their review was out, and my review had come out, days earlier, and I was kind of just wondering what they gave the game.
Hmm.
And I do what like 99% of all you do. I went straight to verdict, and down there in the verdict summary, I started to see some of my verbiage, and I was actually playing a match of Fortnite with my buddy at the time. I'm like, what? This is really weird. I think IGN like must have watched my video because they used like just one sentence there at the end. And then after a while, I'm like, man, maybe I should watch their video review. And then, I'm like, wait, there's a lot of this that, is my verbiage kind of intertwined throughout it.
Mm.
Has something like this ever happened to you before? Is this like the first instance of you seeing your work plagiarized or paraphrased or copied, running wild on the internet?
Yeah, 100%. This is only the only thing that's happened to me.
Have you ever seen instances of this happening to others in the creative space?
Only probably on YouTube with like stealing big game trailers and posting them yourselves, or
Right.
old school 2010 kind of YouTube stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. And let me ask you, were you nervous? Didn't I mean, you probably didn't know what to do in that situation like that, right? When you found out about it.
Yeah, I'm most confident in making a video, video editing, more so than like verbal speech, like I'm doing now, or even written. So that's what I went to video, and that's how I effectively conveyed the issue.
And you know what, Alex, I was reading your tweets, man, and I got to give you a lot of props to you and also to the team at IGN, man. Like, you guys kept it cool. Like, you were not posting crazy stuff on Twitter. You were very classy, man. Even if you didn't agree with what Philip did, man. I think you handled the situation pretty well too, man. I gotta give you a lot of props with that, man. Because usually a lot of, especially on the internet, man, people will freak out and start cursing and posting all this crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? So gotta give you mad props with that, man.
Oh yeah,
I
think it was
appreciate it,
Colin
man.
Moriarty. Colin Moriarty hooked you up. I mean, he was like, yeah. We know he's got no hair on his tongue when it comes to scenarios like this, and he usually goes all in on people. And I think I'm looking at it right now. It says, "I like your graciousness and your willingness to forgive." Says a lot about you. It actually does. It shows the maturity level of you, because you could have gone in on whether it be Filip or IGN in general, and you were a class act, and it's something that you don't see a lot of whether it's on the internet or Twitter itself. So glad to see there's still good dudes out there doing good work and staying respectful.
Yeah, man. I've tried to stay positive throughout this whole thing, and I guess that's just really my demeanor anyways. Sadly, the issue isn't 100% happy and resolved, but can't touch on that. But been trying to stay positive, and whatever happens, happens.
So the one question, it's been ever since Danny told me that you were going to be on the show. It's the one question that I've wanted to ask you. Since the articles came out, I think you were at like 11,000 or 12,000 subscribers on your YouTube channel. And as of right before the show, I did a refresh and you were over 45,000. That's a massive 300% jump on subscribers on your channel. How are you dealing with all this newfound optics and popularity and success on your channel?
It hasn't really fully set in yet. It's it's not quite like YouTube subscribers equals guaranteed money on every video. Right. Some videos will be 400 views, and then like a Monster Hunter video I put out has 1.6 million views. Who knows? But a similar thing happened earlier in the year. I was at 900 some subscribers at the start of 2018, and I got that nice YouTube email that they're demonetizing anybody under 1,000 subscribers. And I go, oh, hell no. This is, and literally the next video I put out was that 1.6 million view Monster Hunter video.
That's cool.
I was pretty proud of that.
Cool. Yeah,
that's awesome.
And I want to say this too, man. If you guys are listening this, please make sure to go to YouTube and support Alex, man, because he has a lot of great content there, man. But Alex, one last question. I know you have to leave in a few, man. Your reaction with the statement from IGN, because I know they hit you up on Twitter and they were really cool. They were giving you props and everything, and I was very surprised and happy to see that Tina and the team over there in the statement they actually mentioned you and everything too, and gave you your props too. So your thoughts about that, the statement from them.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate their approach with it. Like I said, it's not fully resolved, and that's really all I have to say.
All right, cool, man.
Okay.
So, cool.
I'll drop it off with one last question. Now that you've seen all this newfound success, right? What's next for you? What's next for Boomstick Gaming?
I'm kind of at a weird impasse, I guess. I've been unemployed for 6 months, and should I be looking for jobs still right now, or should I be focusing on videos? I'm kind of trying to still do a little bit of both. Because YouTube ad revenue and my Patreon's picking up, but YouTube ad revenue is what most people know it is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of at an impasse for a couple days. Ask me again in a couple days when everything's cooled down, and I'll tell you what I'm focusing on.
All right, man. But thanks a lot, Alex, for joining us too, man. And how far are you in Dead Cells, man? Before you leave, are you far?
Well, I beat the PC version before review, and then I got the PS4 version maybe like 6 days ago, and beat that on my second run. So pretty proud of that one.
All right.
Which version do you like more, the PC or the console? Just curious.
Well, obviously the PC version is this superior running version. Not that there's really much frame rate issues, but my 144 hertz monitor playing Dead Cells is going to be better than 60 hertz 4K TV. But what the console has is a couch.
Yeah, that's true.
True. That's true.
It's a big deal when you're in your 30s
and the Switch on the go. And the Switch version on the go.
This is true.
All right,
it's hard to sometimes like focus on a game for long when you're on PC for me. I don't know what that is. Maybe that's just me. Maybe it's these chairs. Who knows?
All right, Alex.
All right,
man.
Alex.
Thanks for joining, man. I know
Yeah,
you were
thanks for having me on, guys. Appreciate
No,
it.
absolutely.
Problem, man.
Thanks, man. Best of luck in the future.
Yeah.
Yep, see you guys.
All right, take care, man. Make sure to check out Boomstick Gaming channel on YouTube and subscribe, and everything, man. Pete, I know he didn't want to say much, man. I didn't want to, bring the situation up a lot, but I think it was a cool conversation. It was cool.
No, I mean,
overall.
At the end of the day, do you blame him?
Nah,
I mean,
I don't blame him at all.
He's got some serious. I mean, I can imagine, and I'm curious. I mean, I know we can't ask the questions at least, but I mean, the question begs: Are there any legal ramifications that he can ascribe to as a result of everything that happened? Right. At the end of the day, internet and YouTube content, it's that funny gray area. So, does he have a legal ground? And if there's a lawsuit or whatever, or remunerations for potential, because of this could be a landmark case in the sense, because we really haven't seen anything from a judicial perspective with regards to something like this, where, we've seen it where music and artists, and like if you use a sample and you don't credit the artist, they can't put their stuff, that track gets removed, or they're forced to pay the original artist, right? And especially like you and I, we love hip hop. So when you have something like that, there's so many. Hip hop is pretty much built on samples from a music production perspective, right? And so those samples are the building blocks for the music or the producer's work. Producer gets paid because of the tracks. In this case, Alex put out work. Filip copied his work, put it out for IGN. We don't know how many video views it got or how you monetize that in the sense. How does one remunerate Alex for the work he did?
Well,
and for the fact that this guy stole his joint.
I don't want to say much, but I know that they probably had a conversation behind the scenes.
No, they're still having conversations. You heard it from him.
Yeah, and they're still having conversations. Of course, that's why he was very careful on certain things what he was going to say.
And it makes sense.
So the thing is, and look, man, we're all human, right? The reason how I heard about Filip way before he got a job at IGN was he also started as a YouTuber. So me, I'm always watching like videos on like about Nintendo Switch and all that stuff, right? And Xbox and so on. So I found Filip on YouTube, and I used to watch a lot of his videos because I liked the style of editing, the style that he has. He always put up on YouTube and stuff. And once I heard that he got a job at IGN, I was like, oh, that's pretty cool, man. Somebody up and coming, working really hard. Creating content independently. Now I got a job at IGN. That's for a lot of people, that's like a dream come true. That's like a dream job for them, right? So, then he took over. He's also the host of the Nintendo podcast for IGN.
Yep, NVC.
Yep, NVC. And I was like, hey, that's cool, man. So then when I heard about this situation, I'm like, damn, man, that sucks, because I used to watch his videos. And it was very, very disappointing, And look, man, we're human. Nobody's perfect. People are gonna make mistakes, right? I hope he learned from this mistakes, man. I just don't want the gaming community to go and attack the whole IGN and Filip and get too nasty. Like to me, it's just too much. That's why I give props to Alex, man. 'Cause like the way he handled the whole situation was super classy, man. Super classy. And then 100%. On top of that, seeing my like Tina, our friend Tina.
Yeah.
The way how she handled the situation, with her team, and the way she was, was going back and forth, apologizing and everything, not only with the statement but also personally from her Twitter account. That's I would love to see that more in our community, because when we go out there and start cursing and basically not classy at all publicly, that's whack.
Right.
To me, that's really cheesy and corny, man. You know,
the question that has to be asked, and I'm going to keep asking this until I get an answer. Now, I'm not saying it's going to you have to answer this now, or our listeners or viewers on Twitch or the people on Twitter. I want to see how this plays out over the next week or two, right? Like, what steps can we as creatives put in place to protect ourselves moving forward from something like this? Whether it's somebody at a major publication house such as IGN, or Joe Pitipata on YouTube with his own channel.
What's up with that name?
I don't know. I had to come up with something, and I may have had a glass of scotch before we came on.
Oh, God.
What protects us as creatives and protects our content, our hard work from being poached, copy pasted, or whatever, however you want to spin it, and put out for the benefit of somebody else? What protects us from the poach? Essentially, we're like the rabbit being hunted. What protects us from the hunter?
That's a great question, man. Because I know you brought up music.
I wish I could have. Sorry,
I know you brought up music.
I wish I could have asked Alex what he would like. I know he probably couldn't answer that, but I would have loved to have heard from his voice. And maybe we can talk to him afterwards, maybe whether it's offline or whatever. I just want to know personally what he would like to see as some kind. What would he like to see as protections moving forward, regardless of what's going on with him and and IGN and Filip, etc. What would he like to see put in place, whether it's through Twitch, YouTube, Mixer, whomever, all of these platforms? What can these platforms do for us?
You know what? That's a great question, man. I know you brought up music earlier. It's different because there's laws, there's stuff that passed back in the days that, if somebody copies another artist, they could either sue or, there's always a way when it comes to that music-wise to get money when it comes to that. For our industry, there's anything big that you can do. The only thing that I think was going to happen is with him is either, of course, his YouTube channel is probably going to grow even more, or maybe he'll get an opportunity from some website, a major website that probably likes his content and probably will hire him. You never know. So that's why you have to be really careful on the things that you say and do online, because there's people watching you. Believe it or not, you'd be surprised the amount of people that probably are watching him, watching the stuff that he's posting on Twitter, and then they haven't really posted a comment. They've just been observing, and you never know, he might get an opportunity, man, because of this. Now this situation, Pete, what's going to happen with Filip? That's the great question I want to know, because he's fired from IGN,
right? And
he's gone, and it sucks because he was originally he moved from New York City, I believe, to California for that job.
Well, we know it's not his first case of doing so. We saw that article from Jason Schreier at Kotaku. Shout out to him. We had him on the show last week. Yeah. Again, his investigative journalism is one of the tops in our industry. And it was uncovered through one of his tipsters that he did this prior to joining IGN. He had another instance of this happening. So, again,
you're asking the same question again. Pete, come on.
I want to ask it, but I can't, because in this case, how does IGN protect themselves aside from deeper investigations of the people they hire?
Here's the thing, man. All right. Again, Tina and her team handled the whole situation perfectly, man. There's no way to catch that, man. Like, if you're an editor, it's super hard to find out if somebody actually copied somebody from a video, from a YouTube channel. It's pretty hard to do that, man. How if you're an editor, Pete, how the hell are you going to find out about that? And now here's the thing too, Pete. In the past, we've been really careful on the things that we do in our podcast. Like, let's say I'm always working on on a big interview, right? I keep it on the low. I don't say anything. I just say, sometimes I keep it on the low and I don't even tell you guys. because I'm just careful like that, man. Because the thing that drives me crazy is, we get a big, huge opportunity, right? And then I hear another bigger website actually doing it too, and it's like, man, sometimes I want us to create content that's unique and different, and what I'm trying to say. Like, sometimes I like to keep it as a surprise and not say anything to no one, man, until it's like officially stamped for us, like it's about to happen.
Right. I mean,
but
going back to the protection, whether it's creative protections or corporate protections. I mean, what happens if Alex wasn't a fan of IGN and never watched the video? I'm sure fans of his that were fans of IGN may have seen the similarities and brought it up to his attention. But, and that might have been his only protection at that point. But in the case of IGN's, how much work are their teams doing? And again, this is no slight to the Jasons and Tinas and the people that we know and the people that actually put in the hard work and effort at IGN. But if a tipster could find it, someone that's not paid or works for IGN, that has no financial or professional gain from it, how are they able to find the similarities in this guy's work from the past, but the person that hired them wasn't? And again, we don't know who was responsible for the hiring. We don't know if somebody at HR just got lazy and said, look, he did a couple of videos, let's hire the dude. We don't know that.
Yeah.
And so we don't want to speculate, but we have to go back to the protections. Corporations have protections all day long because they've got the money, the cash flow, the bank account to afford the lawyer to protect them. But what protects us as creatives? What protects Alex from having his work poached? What protects you, me, and Paris from us doing our podcast? We did Hope County Stories as an example. What if somebody went and poached it and put that stuff out as their own content?
I know.
What are our protections?
I'll be like,
we just had this happen at E3. Your video.
Oh, yeah. Well, okay.
So
let me explain what happened.
55,000, 56,000 views on Twitter.
All right.
We had all this, the whole Cyberpunk team loving us because of all the extra shine we got and they all loved it and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, but Pete, hold on. Before you say anything, a lot of people don't know what you're talking about. So let me explain what happened. So it was it on a Wednesday?
Yes, because that was the day that Paris was there to watch the...
So Wednesday, we were at E3, and, that was the day that all of us were going to check out Cyberpunk for the first time. Pete went first, I went second, and Paris was going to go last. So we were like, all right, we're not going to say anything to each other. We're going to save that for the podcast when we record at the hotel. So it was the last session. Paris was there. So I go there, and I said to myself, man, let me record Paris' reaction of him coming out. I don't know what he's gonna say, or is it gonna be like with his mouth open or what? Let me record it. So I was waiting for him outside, and I recorded the whole thing. He comes out, and he was like, "What?" with his mouth open. Then he compared to like different movies, like, and so on, right? So I posted this only on Twitter. Like, I wasn't even thinking about Twitch or YouTube, Facebook. I just posted on Twitter. The video went viral. That everybody was retweeting, adding Paris, adding me, retweeting the whole video. I forgot how many it was, like 60,000, I think it was.
56,000 or 57,000
something like that
this week.
All right. So what happened? Somebody was hitting me up from our listeners. They were like, Danny, there's a guy on YouTube that took your video and made it seem like it was his. And posted it there. I was like, what? Yo, this guy had I think 200,000, 300,000 views on YouTube. And he had ads too. So he's getting ads while I just posted on Twitter with no ads, and I'm not getting no money on Twitter, right? So I was like, all right. So I reported him. I put the original link of the video, everything. All right. So then later, the next day, another person, yo, Danny, there's another guy that has your video, but he has now multiple videos from other people too, and he made it in one, like a compilation to one. But he has your video is the first one. I was like, wow. Again, 200,000, 300,000 views on YouTube plus ads. I reported him too. So it took Google, YouTube a couple days, but they basically shut down both videos. They removed it and stuff, But that's a way for me to report it and then remove it if there's proof. But what happened if it's somewhere else outside of YouTube? Then you can't really. How the hell are you gonna report that? You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I think we talked a lot about this, Pete. Let's move on. Let's move on. All right, but here, I want to say this. Paris, he has an audio here that I'm gonna play right now on the podcast, and once we come back, we have a couple other topics and also fan mail. So we'll be right back after this. All right, Pete. Enough of the Dead Cell stuff situation. But by the way, Pete, you need to try out Dead Cells, man. Are you a fan of Ninja Gaiden?
Back in the day, yes.
All right. All right, so Ninja Gaiden, with that one, it was more of you go, you get, you go from A to B, you fight the boss, right? And you continue. Back then, there was no saving. You can't save it at all.
Right.
So, and plus you get weapons, you upgrade and all that, and your health. Okay. Dead Cells is kind of similar, but it's like you go from the beginning to the end of that level. There's multiple areas where you can get out, right? There's a lot of ways for you to upgrade, like for damage, power, energy, everything. And sometimes you unlock hidden locations that the only way you could open that up is if you go like really fast. Because in the game there's like a time on the bottom right. You'll see like the time and stuff. So based on your time, there's certain areas you could open it up. So let's say you have to be there in 40 seconds. If you get there in 40 seconds, that thing will open up and you will find money, more power-ups, weapons, all kinds of stuff. So that's cool. Now there's also other locations that you will open up, like treasure chests, which again you unlock. There's some that there's like a challenge. Like let's say you open it up, they give you multiple items for you and stuff, and then it'll say you need to kill 10 enemies without dying. I'm like, all right, so you do that and so on. Then you continue, Pete. You upgrade and continue, right? Then you go to, let's say, the boss. Let's say you die at the boss, Pete. Guess what? You will go back and start from scratch. But there's a big but on this one. All the stuff that you unlock and that you've been upgrading, you stay with it. You stay with it. And you gotta go from the beginning. You continue once again, and maybe you probably go to like a different area and go and you find other things and and so on, and then again you fight with the boss and so on. And it's like that, dude. I've been dying I don't know how many times, but I can't stop playing. To me, it's like Tetris. You play Tetris, you play in the hardest difficulty, and let's say you have over 100 lines, right? And it's going so fast. You die. Let's say game over. Damn, I gotta start from scratch. You start from line 1. It's like that with Dead Cells. Like there's no saving. Like, oh, I'm in the last boss, I'm gonna save it here. No, you die, you start from scratch. The only difference is you have all the power ups and everything you've
all
been
the
collecting.
gear that you accumulated up to that point.
Yes. And once you start at the beginning, you see all the stuff like in this like bottles on top of the of like the ceiling, this hanging, all the stuff that you'll be unlocking, and some that it's like you're about to unlock and you see it, you can notice there.
Right? But that's not always the best thing, because sometimes if you die and you've got like no ammo, you're like, okay, well, if I die, I come back from the last restart and I've got ammo there. No, you die, you don't have any ammo, you're screwed.
No, but you never run out of ammo. Well, here's okay. So you have like an arrow, let's say, right, and you use that. It will probably get stuck on one of the enemies, and you could go back and
pull it off the body or whatever.
And then use it again. Yeah. Okay. But the thing that I use the most is swords. There's some that some machines too that you could drop on the floor and they will shoot the enemy automatically, and they will heat up, and then you gotta wait until it comes back again, and then it shoots again to the enemy. So dude, like the game is so honestly, game contender, best game of this year so far, in my opinion, is
Whoa.
up there, top 5. I'm dead serious, dude. And I play a lot of games. I put it up there. That game is so freaking good, man.
That's a bold
And it's
statement,
cheap.
Cotton.
Hey, man, it's honestly is one of the biggest surprise so far because I know David. He our friend David. He was the one like, Danny, you need to play this. I know it's your type of style of game. You will love this, man. You will love this. And he mentioned to me like, yo, he's gotten to like the second boss straight without dying. I'm like, what? This game is freaking hard, man. This game is whole freaking hard, man. But yo, I honestly, highly recommend to play this, man. I don't care what platform, PC, Xbox, PlayStation, Switch. Look, I have it on Xbox and also on the Switch, and I've been playing both at the same time. Like, you know, when I'm like watching TV, I play the Switch version. Actually, I was ahead on Xbox. I was unlocking a lot of achievements. So then I got the Switch version, and dude, now I'm ahead of the Switch. Compared to the Xbox, I'm way ahead now on the Switch version. So
You should bring back that Cafe Con Danny and do a gameplay
you know
stream
what? I probably
of
will
that.
do that. I probably will do that.
You should do that, dude. I really recommend you to do this, Danny.
I would do that because I know you're not gonna stream.
It's not my type of game, but I know because you enjoy this. I know you enjoy this type of game. This is kind of like your thumper alternate, right? This is something, especially if you try to like maybe speed run it or something like that while playing it on the stream. I think that would be a good way to maybe coerce people who are watching it that were maybe on the fence. Do I get Dead Cells? Do I not? You know, this might be a good way to sway a viewer or two over to buying and picking it up, man.
Yeah, I should do that. But here's the thing: with speedrun, sometimes it's good to do that because you unlock a lot of stuff, and sometimes I just want to take my time and collect cells, man. Collect cells everywhere. Collect them so I can unlock and upgrade my weapons and
collect them all like Pokemon.
Yeah, basically, man. So, the thing is, everybody's gonna have their own way, their own style. They're gonna have their favorite weapons. So everybody's gonna have like their own experience, man. You know, so and there's so many ways to get out, like from the different levels and so on.
And it's single player only, or can you get
single
like
player only?
Okay.
Oh, and by the way, there's this thing too, because I unlock it once you finish the first boss. There's a daily challenge, which is always changing. I actually played for the first time today. I don't know if it's going to be there only for 24 hours, but I know if you beat that level, it will go to the leaderboards too, and you will see like people from all around the world that been competing too for that finish also that daily challenge. So you're gonna get content all the time, man. The daily challenge, so it's dope. It's really, and let me tell you, it is hard. There's enemies there that I haven't seen, and it was part of the daily challenge. I'm like, damn, this thing is freaking hard, man. So, yeah, I highly recommend it. You know, I'm probably gonna stream it on Twitch, man, because I know people are probably like, I'm gonna stream it.
Do it.
Because I did that with Cuphead.
Right.
I was streaming that like crazy, and I finished the game while streaming it. Yeah. So we'll see. By the way, Pete, let's talk about this Smash Brothers announcement, man.
Okay.
Because I know we mentioned it earlier. I know you're not like a huge Smash Brothers fan. Look, I am a casual Smash Brothers fan. Like, I'm very casual. I play a lot with my nephews. They're huge fans of that. And my brother is a huge fan of Smash. Huge. But here's the thing about this game that I'm like, yo, Nintendo just don't give a F up, man. They don't care, man. They don't care. Dude, 70 fighters, over 100 stages, 900 music tracks.
28 hours of music.
Have you ever heard of a game like that from Nintendo? I've never heard. Honestly, I've never heard that from the big three. I've never heard that from PlayStation or Xbox. This is the first time I'm hearing this, that Nintendo's going all out like this, man. And this is the ultimate version.
And you can, when playing in handheld mode, the music can be played while the Switch screen is turned off.
Yes, which is dope. I think that's dope. That's dope. That's dope. And plus, 32 player tourney you could do online and also local. Man, that's dope to play that with your friends at your house. Doing that, there's so much content, man. So much freaking content. Even Mandy on Twitter was like, "Oh my god, I'm excited for this game." Like, dude, honestly, even if you're not a fan of that game, Pete, you appreciate the amount of
absolutely,
there.
absolutely.
And I would love to see that from other companies, man. Like, yo, just go all out, go crazy. Like, I think the only thing that I could come up with that is kind of like that, but it was kind of a little bit of a failure, man. It wasn't 100% there. Was the Master Chief Collection? It was like, a lot of all the Master Chief games was in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like the closest one maybe I can think of. Or no, you know what? From the 360, the orange box.
Valve. Give it up to Gabe, buddy. Give it up to Gabe.
That's
Give it
another
up to Gabe.
One.
Give it up to
what?
Gabe.
That's first time playing Portal there? What? Oh my god.
Console players playing Team Fortress for the first time.
Yeah. I mean, I know Sega have done like, they have like a bunch of their
compilation games,
compilations. But I'm not talking about compilation. I'm talking about more of, it's a new game and they're just adding crazy amount of content in there, man. Like, honestly, as a Nintendo Switch owner, I'm freaking happy that Nintendo's making this move, man. It's freaking dope.
I got one.
Well, okay, which one?
What? The Switch? I got a Switch. I don't have a game. I don't have the game, but
no. You say you got one. Like what?
No, I said I have the Switch. Say like I was just pulling it out.
I thought the Switch. You got the game. Like which one, Pete? Which one?
No, I mean hell, we saw it. Like you and I played it at E3 upstairs in the booth.
Yes.
I wrecked you the first game, and then you came back, and then you beat me, and then I let you play.
I beat Wayne,
and then I let you play Wayne, and then y'all got something personal going on right now.
Yeah, we were going back and forth, man. That's dope.
But I again, going back to what I said at the beginning of the show, I just don't understand. And it's maybe it's just I'm just not a gaming fight. Maybe I'm just not a button smash fighter fan.
Here's the thing, Pete. You like Tekken. You like Tekken, right?
Hold on. Let me finish. Let me get my story out. I can appreciate. I can appreciate a good fighting game when done well between two skilled opponents. Like when I play my wife and I get washed, I don't like that. When I play you and I beat you like I did last year, 2017 E3, I loved it. You and I got a 1-1 tie, so you and I still got beef to settle.
Yeah, we definitely got to do it. definitely. You know what? And people also got to understand, man, everybody's going to have their own game, like their own type of game. It's not everybody's going to love Smash, but I just appreciate that Nintendo's doing this, man. And I hope because of this move that they're making, I hope to see that from other companies, man. Even third-party companies. Go all out with content, man, because games are really expensive nowadays, man. $59.99, it adds up after a while, man, for like big titles like that, So, hey, why not go all out, man? Why not? That's honestly, even if you're not a fan of Nintendo, that's good for us, man. As like the consumers, dude, it's freaking huge. I love that. Freaking dope. Now, that's a good question, man. For those that are not watching Twitch, but one of the questions is how do you think like the download is gonna be? Because I'm a little worried about that too, man. What you think, Pete?
20 gig.
20 gig? Nah, man. No way. There's no way that's 20 gigs. There's no way. Hey, maybe it'll surprise me. Who knows? But anyways, Pete, we have fan mail here, right?
Yes, we do.
Yes, we got
4 audio files here.
Yes, so
4 in the pupils.
Huh. Yeah, I mean, go.
Let me know when you want me to start. You
tell
me.
Play the one. Play one.
There's 4 files, but 2 of them look the same. 2 of them look the same because they're the same length, 42 seconds. So
okay, go to one. Go to one.
Okay.
Forget.
All right, here we go.
Forget about the last one.
All right, voicemail number 1.
Yeah.
Hello, Gamertag Radio. This is Pants from Colorado Springs. I love your podcast, and all three of you are very opinionated, and I really like it, especially you, Paris. And I have two questions for you. What do you guys think of Metal Gear Solid 5? I've tried to look in the catalog, and I can't find an episode from 2015 around September about Metal Gear Solid 5. And what are your 5 favorite new generation games?
Oh, Jesus.
Thank you, and love the podcast.
Top 5 new generation games.
Top 5.
This generation, so like an Xbox One / PS4.
Yeah, PC too.
Or PC and or Nintendo Switch.
Okay, let's go with
PC
PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One,
PC, and Switch.
Yeah.
Okay. I have to say it. PUBG.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Of course, I was gonna say that. Did you think I was gonna say something else?
That's it. That's all. That's all. Your number 5.
No, not at all. Uncharted. Uncharted 4, A Thief's Tale. What is it? A Thief's Tale, A Thief's End, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta say Destiny Vanilla. Vanilla Destiny.
Okay.
That's 3.
Mm-hmm.
Mario Odyssey 4.
That's a good one.
Rocket League.
That's it?
Rocket League.
Rocket League? That's a dope one. Great choice.
That's
all
fun.
right, I go with The Witcher.
Oh, damn it. Damn
I
it.
forgot The Witcher.
Damn it.
Ori and the Blind Forest.
Paris is going to yell at me for not including The Witcher 3 in that first game.
I have to add also Fortnite, because Fortnite changed the game to me, man. I've been playing that game like crazy. Yo, dude, I've been playing that game. Yo, that's my choice, man. You said PUBG. Let me go with my choice, man. Anyways.
They just did it better than PUBG.
Oh God, please! Let's make it way more than PUBG. That's it.
You didn't even hear what I just said. I just said they're doing it better than PUBG.
And
they
said, are they
Sword and Shield automatically? Look at you! You automatically pulled out the sword like you were just.
You know what? Oh God!
No.
All right. The next one, Mario Odyssey, for sure. Definitely go with that. You know what, dude, man, this is gonna be a tie on this one. I think Cuphead goes up there / Dead Cells. I know it's early. I know it's too early, but dude, those games are good. Because you know what, Pete? The reason why I mentioned those two games is because the difficulty, and it's a lot of fun. So much fun. And I think a lot of the games nowadays are too easy, man.
Well, there's also other games that we didn't even talk about that we didn't add in there. Horizon Zero Dawn. Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice.
I haven't played Horizon, so I can't really say God of War. I'll put God of War up there.
God of War,
really good.
That's
actually, I put that more higher than the last Uncharted, because last Uncharted was cool. It was dope. But I think God of War, that game killed it, man. That game, oof, classic, man, for a PlayStation game, for sure. For sure. Shovel Knight's a good one, too. That's a good one. Now,
we can sit here and argue a lot.
I know he mentioned about Metal Gear Solid. Honestly, our old co-host, Patrick, he talked about that long time ago. I can't remember what episode. I know he mentioned it because he played it and talked about it. But me personally, I've never been a fan of Metal Gear. Pete, or were you? Because I've never been a fan like hardcore. Only the NES and 2. That's the only ones that I appreciate.
I appreciate the place where
the story,
where Solid Snake and everybody else in that universe are. I can't say that I've ever finished a Metal Gear Solid title ever in my life.
That's fine. But see,
and now you know what? And you know what? Going back to that 5 of this generation, we didn't mention Zelda.
Dude, that's a good one to have, man. It's
Dude,
hard.
there's too many times. It's really
Too
hard.
many
And again,
games.
it's we could have this battle all day long and keep jumping titles and whatever.
You know, I bet there's probably listeners right now listening. They're like, "Oh, they're not real gamers, man." They didn't mention
some people just threw their iPhones in disgust.
Or they'll say, "Oh, they're talking too much Nintendo, man. I can't listen to this." Oh, Jesus,
no, let's not go there. Let's go next question. Next question. Next question. I don't want to touch that, dude. Next question.
All right. Play the next question. It's all good. Go.
Okay. Voicemail 2.
Hey guys, this is Cliff calling from Buffalo, New York. I'm a very, very long time listener ever since the OG Xbox days. I wanted to call to remark on Paris's discussion that they had on episode 777 about the N-word. I do totally agree that the word should not be used. I am African American. I don't know if you could tell by my voice or whatever. And it is something that, disturbs me every single day. I do have a problem with using it around my family and just around my boys, things like that, so I understand where Paris is coming from. Like, I shouldn't use it, but I do use it. But I do have a problem with someone of a different race using it, because it was a word that was invented to bring us as a people down, and we turned it around to make it, like Pete said on the episode, as a term of endearment. So Paris, I absolutely understand exactly where you were coming from. It's a word that should not be used. It is a very nasty word. It is a disgusting word, and I can't wait for the day where that word is like extinct from the American vocabulary. I love what you guys have been doing. Keep up the great work. Like I said, I've listened to you guys for years. Back when I used to have a Zoom, I used to listen to you guys. Like I said, I love what you guys do. You guys have great discussions. I listen to you all the time, like literally all the time. I listen to you on Stitcher right now because I lost my iPod, so I have to listen to you through Stitcher. But you guys are great. Keep up the great work, and hopefully one day I'll be Gamertag NYC's own bad guy on Xbox Live. Peace out.
Thank you for the voicemail, but my guy, keep him short. Ugh.
Yeah,
Paris just threw his iPhone across the car because it was 2 minutes 30 seconds. Yeah. No, but thank you for the call. Thank you for the message. We appreciate your support and for listening to the show. And what we said then still stands. It should not be a word that's in our lexicon. Mm-hmm. And until the world itself changes to the point where it doesn't matter about race or gender, etc. Mm-hmm. It's an unnecessary evil, and it's not wanted. It's not desired. It's not cared for, especially here on this podcast. So,
definitely, man. By the way, he mentioned Zune. Woof! Wow, since the Zune days.
He said, talk about going back.
Actually, I gotta give a shout out to one of our listeners that he emailed us. Let me see. I'm gonna give him a shout out. His name is Filip. He listens to the show using his Zune software still to this day. I didn't know that even existed, man. And he said that he was having issues, that he couldn't get the latest episodes to the news, to the Zune and all that stuff. I was like, what? I can't believe people are still to this day using Zune. That is crazy. But that's dope. Very cool. All right. And P, I know we have another.
Yeah, one last one coming in.
One last one.
Not as long, hopefully.
All right, let's go.
Hey, what's going on? Gamertag Radio. Once again, this is Jacob giving you guys a call from Charlotte.
Hold on, I had to pause it. Because goddamn it, for the first 5 seconds of that, I thought it was Keon all over again.
You wait, that what? That what?
I thought that was Keon all over again. I was like,
oh, but it's not. It's not though, right?
I had to pause the show. I thought it was Keon all of a sudden.
Wait. Is that Keon or no?
It's somebody else. But I heard he sounded exactly like it. He sounded exactly like Keon. I had to pause the show and everything. Oh, I don't know what happened to your audio. You just died. Did you hit mute? Because I can't hear you. Oh, okay, bye. Bye. Good job, Danny. I don't know what happened. Bye, Danny.
Hello?
I can hear you now.
You get what the hell happened?
I don't know. No, it's not Discord. It's Danny.
Oh my god, man! What happened? That was weird.
I don't know.
I never had an issue like that. It's weird.
Yeah,
I think that was my Discord. Maybe I was laughing so loud. Honestly, that was funny though. That was actually funny.
Yeah,
so
hold on, I gotta reposition video here. Give me a second.
Do your thing.
That was so
that
good.
was so fun.
So good. That was so good. Okay. All right, we're back. Woo! All right, let's try this again for the show. All right, this is not Keon. And it's not playing now.
Hey, what's going on? Gamertag Radio, once again. This is Jacob giving you guys a call from Charlotte. This call question is for Paris and Danny. Sorry, Pete, but I feel that you might not have as strong views on this topic. You might, I don't know. But basically, Spider-Man. Once again, being developed by Insomniac Games. Sunset Overdrive. I personally thought it was garbage. Hated the game. Not a fan of it at all. But I see a lot of people coming from E3 that are liking Spider-Man are also, praising Sunset Overdrive. So my question being for Paris and Danny, because Paris, I don't think you like Sunset Overdrive. Danny, I believe you did. So what are you guys' thoughts on Spider-Man with, the developer pedigree behind it, being that their last major game was Sunset Overdrive? And a lot of people that are hyping the web-swinging and traversal were a fan of, Sunset Overdrive. I mean, I might be biased. I really didn't like that game, and I'm really worried about Spider-Man. Please put my worries to rest, or Paris, as you do so best, just be honest.
Well, apparently, since it's not for me, Danny, this is all for you, dude. Spider-Man, PS5.
Hold on a second. Let me cough very quick. Let me cough.
Cough. Cough, 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 cough.
I'm still sick, man. I don't know. A lot of people that loves Sunset Overdrive, they will say that they love the design, the world, how big it is, the stuff you could do in there. I think the first few minutes was kind of. I think the first hour was a little bit complicated because you didn't know what to do, and it was like the tutorial was too long and so on, right? So then I finished the game. And I love the story. I love once you upgrade the character, the music, the story was so much fun. Now, is that going to be exactly like Spider-Man? No, Spider-Man is going to have like its own story and everything. And honestly, I know a lot of you guys didn't really like Sunset Overdrive, but if you go to all the reviews of Sunset Overdrive, there was nothing but great feedback about that game. Now, what is it that you're so worried about Spider-Man? Because every person that we've spoken to, and we even had an opportunity to play that game at E3, but we didn't because we were like in a hurry. We had to go to like another meeting and so on, so we didn't get to play and stuff. But plus the line, once we got there, was pretty long, right, Pete? It was freaking long.
Yep.
So we couldn't really play and stuff. But the thing is just Spider-Man is going to be, I think, 2-3 times even bigger than Sunset Overdrive. So open world wise, there's so much stuff that you could do in that game. And plus there's going to be a lot of like side missions and so on. And it's fun. It's Spider-Man. Like, Pete, I know years back, I can't remember exactly which event you went to, but I know it was an Activision event, and you went to a Spider-Man event, I think, right? Was it Call of Duty and Spider-Man? Both
It
at the
was
same time?
Call of Duty 007 and Spider-Man Web of Shadows. It was like 3 in 1.
And here's the thing: every Spider-Man game that we played in the past wasn't really 100% up there, man. Something was missing. And in your opinion, Pete, that last Spider-Man game that you got to play back in the days, yes. What do you think it was a lot of fun, like all the way up there, or you think there was something missing with that game?
I enjoyed it a lot. The only thing that kind of killed the gameplay for me was because it's not true open world. You're in that sandbox environment. You could be swimming. You could be, web swinging through like streets, which hopefully if they can still capture that in this game. I know. Like we've seen the video, we've seen the gameplays and stuff like that. And, you can swing, wall run back to, web swinging. You can, go through windows in buildings while you're swinging. A lot of that functionality wasn't in Web of Shadows. So you could be swinging, you hit a wall, you drop down to the ground, you had to start back over again. You got to the end of the city, you literally hit a wall and had to start over again.
Oh, that's
and
why.
I think because of when it was, 9 years ago versus now.
It was more than that.
Versus now with the technology and where we can go, what these consoles can do. Yeah, it's a lot more open. You have a lot more, it's a lot more, wide open and dynamic for the player to be able to do those things. Whereas before it was literally web shoot, swing, web shoot, swing. You didn't have a lot of variation in your abilities. But other than that, your ability when you were fighting people was a lot of fun, though. I will say that you're shooting webs, whether the super shoot where you're literally encasing your opponent in goo, shooting for the eyes and just covering the head, things like that. Those were all reminiscent of moves that you saw in the comic books. So hopefully Sucker Punch has gone back and done some of their homework and changed and added, or not Sucker Punch, sorry. Insomniac and changed or added a lot of those features in. Sorry.
You know what? I think that all the stuff that they learned from Sunset Overdrive and all their past games, they were like, yo, this is a big franchise, Spider-Man. Let's make this right. And they learned from their mistakes from the previous games and made it better for this version. Even through interviews, they've been saying that they learned so much. And every journalist that talks about Spider-Man will always bring up Sunset Overdrive. That game is special, man. That game to me is honestly, and I should have mentioned the top 5. I should have mentioned Sunset Overdrive. That to me is one of my favorite games from this generation. Actually, one of my favorite games for the Xbox also. So it's a dope game, man. I think a lot of people just was concentrating so much on the gimmick and the some of them were like not great jokes and so on, and they forget about like the actual gameplay and that the boss battles that you have in there. You know what I'm saying? Like I had one of the best boss battles in that game. Multiple multiple boss battles. That was like, damn, this is so dope. Why people are not playing this? I really didn't care much about the multiplayer. I know they had it in there. I don't care. I was more about the single player of that game and anything. So, but I'm excited. I'm picking up Spider-Man for the PlayStation. You're gonna pick it up too, Pete, or no?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Considering my love for comic books in general, you know I'm going to be all over that. I have to.
Okay, that's good. And we're definitely gonna talk about the game because it's out in a couple weeks. That's crazy.
Was it 4 weeks?
Yeah,
3,
it's
4
out in a
weeks?
couple weeks, man. That's it. So we're definitely gonna be talking about it. Hopefully Paris also gonna get a copy too. So yeah, we're definitely gonna have like a whole roundtable review about it, man. So by the way, before we wrap it up, I want to say this: I'm going to Columbus, Ohio, next week. I'm going there for Call of Duty World Championship. I'm gonna be there for a couple days, a whole weekend and stuff. So I already been talking to a couple people from our community, especially Arctic, Trey. Marcus P that used to work for EA. He lives over there. He's gonna go and hang out with me and everything too. So
Tank?
no, not Tank.
Oh,
Not
okay.
Tank.
Right. Then it's somebody
Marcus
else, and I don't know.
Oh well, I'll tell you who it is later. But yeah, we're gonna be hanging out, all of us. And actually, I'm gonna take also a couple of our listeners to Call of Duty World League, so they could. I want them to, because like this is everybody's first time seeing this live. So I want them to get that experience because I've been going to a lot of esports events, a lot of them, and man, I would love to I always thought about that, man. I would love to bring listeners here, man. So I decided to take all three of them. I'm gonna take them to the event and just get their experience. I want their reaction too as a gamer, a fan of just games, seeing this live and stuff, man. Because it's crazy going on the last final day, the last day of Call of Duty World League.
Right.
Watching that live, it is insane, man. Insane. The crowd gets crazy. Everybody cheering for their favorite team, and oh man, it's dope, man. It's you watch it at home on Twitch. Yeah, it's cool and everything, but nothing is like watching an event, even a sporting event, any sport event. Watching it live is dope, man. It's super cool. So that's gonna happen next week. Hopefully, I'm gonna record the reactions too, and I'll post it here on Gamertag Radio. But if you live there in Columbus, Ohio, let me know. It's my first time going over there. I've never been there ever, so it's gonna be very really interesting, man. It's gonna be. I'm gonna have a lot of fun over there, man. What else? Oh, by the way, couple things here. We got nominated for the Latin Podcast Awards. Don't know how the process is gonna work, but we got nominated. So shout out to the team over there. Also, Lux Life magazine. It's a huge magazine from the UK, a digital magazine. Also nominated us for for toys, games, gadgets, or something like that. So shout out to them. I'm probably gonna find out like in September or October if we win or not. So it's cool. Hey, people giving us props, Pete. So I'm good with that.
Can't complain. Thank you
Can't
very
complain.
much.
Thank you very much, man. And thanks for those that nominated us, man. So really cool. What else? Oh, PAX West. I'm gonna be part of a panel. Still don't know if I'm gonna be flying to Seattle. I most likely will do like a Skype or Discord video for this panel and stuff. And we're gonna talk about Latin in games, Latinos in games. So in the gaming industry and so on. So we're definitely gonna talk about that, man. So and hopefully on Sunday we'll talk about this Red Dead Redemption 2 gameplay trailer that's coming out by the time you hear this. So we're gonna talk about that on Sunday. So Pete, how'd your kids? How'd your wife? Make sure to watch that. Make sure to watch it live, and I want to get your reaction, man, on Sunday on the podcast.
Not a problem. I'll be there.
Anything else from your side, Pete?
No, that's it. I'm hyped. And for those that are curious, I am looking forward to Spider-Man home page. That's my home screen on my phone. Venom and Spider-Man.
Oh. Is he your favorite character from Marvel? Spider-Man?
He's close. He's up there with one of my favorites. I've just
Okay.
always loved the whole symbiotes and stuff like that. But yeah, I wouldn't say he's my favorite Marvel character. No, I
Okay.
can't say that.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, that's about it. I thought I was getting a key for We Happy Few. Apparently, I am not. So I will not be
You're
streaming that.
not? Really? I thought you did got it.
So did I. But then when I looked in my folder, it was the alpha from like 2 years ago.
Oh no. Well,
So we'll
okay.
see.
I'll explain to you what's going on with that. I explain to you. I'm in the same situation, Pete. Because I got that game early too, but I'll tell you about that later. All right, head over to gamertagradio.com. Post your comments and feedback. Listen to our past episodes. Also, check us out: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, TuneIn Radio, Stitcher, and other podcast directories. Make sure to tune in over there and subscribe. Share with your friends. If you're listening to this right now, either you're walking, driving, taking a bus, maybe riding a bike, and so on. If you're listening to this, you like the content, our discussion, send us an email. If you want, call us or record a voicemail, send to fanmail@gamertagradio.com. Or if you can, share this podcast to your friends or your family members. Let them know about Gamertag Radio, and help us get the word out about GTR, man. And that's about it. Until next time, we're out. Peace. Wow, I'm getting a lot of messages here on my phone.
And after show.
Yeah, man. Oh, so Pete, so after show. So let me explain to you. You got that code. I have the alpha version. So what's gonna happen is the day that the game comes out, officially comes out, there's gonna be an update for everybody that got that version, and they're gonna get the official version. Because that's why I haven't really played it. Because I'm like, wait a minute, I applied for it, but they already sent me a code a long time ago. Was it like last year or something like that? So I still have that version from the Xbox. It's the early version.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's they said that once the game comes out, you'll get an update to get the full version.
Word.
When the game comes out, when's the official date?
Friday.
Yeah, so Friday we'll get it.
Cool.
We can play it. You should
Works
get Death
for
Cells,
me.
man. F that.
No,
get
actually,
Death Cells, man.
I have something else that's going to be an alpha. I'll probably be playing and streaming that this weekend. Insurgency.
Oh, okay. Oh, by the way, let me see if I can talk about this.
Yeah, it's called Insurgency Sandstorm. It's it's in beta this weekend. I think it's the 9th through the 13th, first beta phase. So it's a first-person realistic shooter. Big surprise. So I will be playing that.
Okay. The only thing I could say... No, I can't talk about it. I gotta wait till next week. I can't say it. I can talk about it. Damn it. I thought I can. All I can say is I'm playing State of Mind for the piece for the Switch and Xbox One.
Actually, you know what we will be playing this weekend? Overcooked 2.
Ooh, yes, I got my copy.
There's gonna be some yelling, screaming, hooting and hollering.
Yep. Yeah, that's gonna be. Actually, you already got the game?
Not yet.
Okay.
I have to buy.
I played online. I played online a couple of times already, and I was playing this like with my family together, dude, for 3 hours, man. Just playing that straight. Yo, a lot of screaming, all kind. Oh my god.
Me, you, Wayne, and Eddie nearly threw hands up on top of the Nintendo booth at E3. So that's true. It's gonna be real. So
actually, there's a video that I hopefully Wayne can send it. I can't remember exactly what game we were playing, but Reggie was behind us, the president of Nintendo.
I believe it was Pokemon. No, it wasn't Pokemon.
No, it wasn't Pokemon. He was playing Pokemon, Wayne. It was more, I think.
No, it was Overcooked. It was Overcooked 2 because Wayne was video recording. The girl that was at the booth was playing the first player.
Yep, you're right. That was cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you see Reggie behind us and stuff. That was awesome. And people are saying like, "Spit it out, Danny. NDA means nothing." Yeah, right. You gotta be careful. You gotta respect NDAs, man. I respect that.
Always.
No NDA embargoes. Gotta respect that. I didn't sign no NDA, but still. Let's see. By the way, Pete, you read about Star Wars?
What about it?
There's a rumor that the next movie they might split it into 2 parts. How do you feel about that?
You take a piece of turd, you split it into 2.
No, wait, no.
It's still 2 turds.
No. Don't say that. Look, as long it's a pretty good movie, pretty good story, I don't care. Like, go for it. I don't mind.
We'll see.
I don't mind at all.
We shall see, my friend.
Yeah,
I don't know.
See. We shall see. It's all good.
So what else? What else you have going on this weekend?
This weekend, I'm meeting up with Yami from Twiffin'. We're gonna hang out. We're gonna meet up and because we do this once in the blue. We'll get together and drink coffee and just talk about random stuff.
Nice.
At the Cuban restaurant. All the time that happens. So we're probably gonna do that.
Cool.
Honestly, that's about it. Like, I just been playing a lot of games this week. Dude, New York was very exhausting, man. The whole film festival stuff was very tiring, and plus I was talking a lot with like people from like Hollywood industry and the Latin America industry and all that. And
so hard going to parties and
no, it's not.
Pete,
I didn't have no car with it. I was just taking the train, Uber. Dude, I was sleeping late, wake up early. It was like 2 weeks like that. So by the time when I got back to Miami, I was like, yo, I just want to relax, man. I don't want to go crazy with stuff, man. Just relax, play games. Yo, like, I spend weeks without playing anything, man, because I was just so focused, you know what I'm saying? So, plus I did a lot of interviews too over there, you know. So look, man, I'm trying to do new things, man. Like, I know everybody's like, Danny, like, why are you doing this? Why are you traveling? Because I feel like as a content creator, I feel like a lot of us, we're going after the same crowd. Everybody's competing for the same crowd. And I feel like we're never gonna grow if we don't try to get a whole new audience to know about us, or to know about like YouTube and Twitch and about the gaming industry and so on. Like, in order for us to grow, we need to do things like that, man.
I hear you.
I'm just trying to do new things, man. Like, and it's not even all about me too. It's more about like us, the whole podcast and so on. I want to educate people like about us and podcasting and video games, and that's why when I submitted that movie to a lot of film festivals, I just want to get that whole new crowd that never heard of none of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was I never mentioned this, Pete, but one of the organizers said that, yo, him and like another person fought for us, man. When they were like debating like which movies should be part of the film festival, because he even said, Danny, I've never heard of podcasts. This is the first time. Don't know what it is. And one person from his team were like, yo, I know what a podcast is. Wow, that's interesting. But when he watched the movie, he said, wow, it was very refreshing and very different. So that's why I fought for it. And at the same time, it's very inspirational. You know? Now, was it a big budget? No, like the other movies that was also part of film festival. But yo, they fought for us, man, and that's how we managed to do that, man. You know, and now that the festival ended, and they told me that they were taking it to different cities too, like LA, DC, Montreal. They're coming to Miami in October. In November, they're going to Dominican Republic in the capital, Santo Domingo. They're taking it to Puerto Rico, Colombia, and Panama. Yo, all that because I just created a story, I created cool content, and spread the word about it. You know what I'm saying? So, let me see. I'm reading what it's saying here. did you think about? I never been to GuardianCon.
I know Paris wanted to go, but he had other circumstances that he couldn't go this year. He may be trying to go next year. I had no guarantees. I won't speak for Paris. He's probably yelling at me again, saying, "Oh wait, he's not watching this. Don't talk for me, goddammit!" No, he's not watching right now, so I could talk about it. But no, he's not. Again, I don't want to put words in his mouth and say he's going to be gone.
Yeah. Anything else, Pete? I know I talked a lot about the movie and stuff.
I don't think so.
But by the way, if I find out when is the next dates, I'll let you guys know once they go to like other cities. But actually, I'm gonna tell you the other places that submitted, and I hope it goes through. That would be cool to go there. Austin Film Festival.
I'll go, but just for the barbecue.
I've never been to Austin, so that would be an awesome place to go.
You gotta go for the barbecue.
Yeah. There's the Key West Film Festival. Will you go to Key West, Pete? Or no?
I'll go. I mean, hell, I love Key West, so.
Key West is dope. That would be cool. Seattle Latino Film Festival. That's in Seattle. I don't know if we're gonna be in that one. I don't know. It's gonna be tough because I heard a lot of people submitted that one. New Media Film Festival. This one's in LA, but that's happening like next year. So I have like 10. The other ones it's like small stuff, but those are the 3 big ones. Pete's so quiet. I'm like talking to myself. You want me to go, man?
Because this is your realm. You talk about comic books and stuff like that, and I get animated, I get hyped. But this is film festival stuff. This is Danny Pena stuff. I don't want to walk with Danny right now.
Yo, dude, it's exciting. You get excited. It's exciting, yo. Yo, I'm telling you, yo, dude, it's so freaking exciting going to that, man. You know, and I met one of the actresses from Orange and New Black at the event. We started talking. Yo, it was dope, man. Like, I've never been to that type of industry event ever. It was something totally new for me, man. I don't know. I think it's dope as fuck. It's dope.
I'm glad you were able to experience it, though.
Actually, here's a funny story. So I was at the opening night of the film festival, right? So I'm sitting down and so on, waiting for the event to start. And I see this, like, an older couple sitting next to me. I'm like, I didn't even know who they were. I'm like, oh. And this and this and that. And then mentioned the person that was right next to me sitting down, and she went on stage. I found out that she's a well-known actress in Mexico. She's the mom of Paulina Rubio, you know, the singer in Mexico. So I was like, oh, snap, what? They're sitting right next to me? I was like, yo, I thought they were just, you know, I didn't know they were, like, well-known like that, right? So she came back, sitting down, and so the movie started late. They started playing the movie. So I'm there watching the movie and stuff. So her husband was next to me. So her husband is like this. Yo, falling asleep, yo. And I'm like, oh my God, this is not happening. Please don't tell me this is happening. And he's like this the whole time, like, sleeping. Yo, he was about to knock out that she went like this. Slapped him away. And he woke up right there, yo. I was like, oh my God, what? Can you hear me?
I can hear you fine.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I was like, oh my God, that's so freaking hilarious, man. So, all right. Pete is like very quiet, man. I'm talking to myself, guys.
Yes, I have nothing to add to this.
Blame Pete. But I mentioned PUBG and forget it. He'll be there. What?
Yeah, this is Danny Pena stuff.
God.
I have no dog in this fight.
Oh boy.
All right.
It's all good. Anything else before I rip it up?
That's it. Okay.
You know, when I want to do this, Pete. When can we actually stream Overcooked? us competing, like battling it out, or playing co-op wise?
One of us needs to stream the gameplay, whether it's you, whether it's Paris, or
I can't stream.
me.
I don't have a capture card to Switch.
Yes, you do.
No, it's gonna be really bad. Don't even. But I'm not gonna do it from my laptop.
All right, yeah. I have my capture card here. I actually just have to move the cradle over here. Paris has one as well, so we can. If Paris,
but he's
can't
having
do it,
issues. He's having issues right now.
Oh, that's right, because he went 4K. Okay, then that'll be my project for the next 2 days. Try to get the Switch working here in my office, and then I'll play here on my screen here, and then you'll just see me yelling at you like this.
The game is dope. And actually, I was I play a lot, like multiplayer wise, but I started playing the story. There's a story in the game too. Yeah, and that when you switch your characters, so there's two. The level that I play is 2 characters, and you switch on and off like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so if you have somebody doing the dishes, you go and go get the other person to chop up whatever it is, the chicken or the tomatoes or whatever it is, man.
I got the rice.
Yeah, like I was playing one level that the table, like the restaurant, the kitchen, I mean, was like haunted. So the tables will fly around, like it will stay in one area, and then it will fly up and then go to the next one. And there was only 3 of us online. I'm like, oh my god! So we had to make pizza. So we had to get the cheese, tomato, everything, just chop it up, boom. And then one person was just dealing actually getting the food, taking it to like for pickup, and then he had to wash the dishes, man, the whole time.
Yeah, it reminds me of what we were doing that weekend, that night at E3.
What night?
The day we played freaking Overcooked, dude. It reminds me that's exactly what we were doing, dude.
Oh man.
Somebody's gotta get the dishes. We ran out of dishes.
Yeah, dude.
We got the sushi. You cut too much.
The thing is, you need a lot of communication in that game. That game is not like you just go in there and just do whatever you want. Nah, man. Like, if you have a team of 4, let's just say 4 of you, you guys have to have like communication. Okay, this person do this person do that. The tricky part, and when the tables and stuff starts moving, or if somebody falls a hole, like. It's super challenging, that game, man. Super challenging. And you only tried out that level, right? We tried out how many?
3 levels, because we did really well the first 2 levels. So that's when we went to the one in the sky.
That was your first time playing Overcooked overall, right?
That's correct.
Game is dope. Yeah, we'll get Discord P, and everybody will be like laughing, hearing us screaming at each other.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
I'll buy it tonight. Then we'll get started on it.
Yeah, let's do it, man.
See if we can. We'll try and plan it for this weekend. I'll start the chat up with the gang.
Yeah, let me know. Let me know before I head out.
Okay. When do you head out?
To Columbus, Ohio. I'm leaving Friday next week.
Okay. Yeah. That's plenty of time. Okay.
Yeah. I can't wait, man. I'm gonna meet up Arctic and Trey, a couple other heads, man. That's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be dope. Wow, somebody just wrote, what do you think about the IGN situation?
We talked about it earlier in the show. You missed it. You may want to go back to the VODs. It should be there. It's the first thing we talked about. We had the guy from Boomstick Gaming on. We talked about it. So,
or if you want, just wait until the podcast comes out tomorrow. If you don't mind. He's like, I missed it.
Yeah.
It's okay, man. That's the beauty about on demand. Just go back, watch it whenever you feel like it. You don't have to watch it live. And the other one, what about the FIFA situation? I have no idea what you're talking about.
That's my son. That's my son being a smartass.
Oh, that's your son? Oh God.
That's Dimitri.
What's up, Dimitri? Wait, he's watching from your house?
Yeah, he's watching right over there.
I see you, Dimitri. Team Optic, Danny. Nah, not Team Optic. I like. First of all, I want to know if there's like any underdogs for the tournament. It's always the same people winning all the time, man. I like the underdogs. There was one team from Spain that I really liked, man. They were really dope. That I got to meet in New Orleans. I forgot their name. But they were not pros. They just regular, the amateurs. They ended up battling the pros and stuff. So that was dope. By the way, I went to see NBA 2K League in New York. I like the setup. It was really cool. Something about it that was missing. I don't know what it is, dude. Like the people that were there is probably only like friends and family, but like when you go to Call of Duty, you see actual fans there of the team, and this one was more of like just family and friends there supporting the team. You know, so how could 2K get the actual fans of the game?
You
actually support it.
It's going to be really difficult for the NBA to get its fans to try to acclimatize themselves to an esport, especially if they're not familiar with it in any way, shape, or form. It's going to be hard for them to support something that they're not familiar with. So I find it difficult. I just don't see them doing it, honestly.
Yeah, like I got to meet like the players, and it was fun. Like watching it live was fun. It just, I don't know, they need to work on that, man, to actually get fans. I think it was like that, like the first week or so of that, it was packed, the place, a lot of people, and then after that, it just got empty in there, man. So I don't know, but I'm probably gonna meet up with one of the teams from here, from Miami. Gonna talk to them and interview them and stuff.
Word.
Yeah. So, all right, Pete. It's gonna be 11 p.m. I'm gonna go and play some Dead Cells.
All right, you do that.
My
file is already uploaded, so it's in your pocket. So you
all right, cool. Yeah, I'll edit it tomorrow morning, and no rush.
Okay.
I'll edit it tomorrow morning. But thank you, everyone, for listening to Gamertag Radio, man.
Yes, sir.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks, everyone. Have a good night.
Thanks a lot. All right, peace. Take care.